Senate Republicans and Democrats clash over State Department documents. Stay tuned. We'll talk about it in a minute. Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and Grassley is at it again. Well, not really a letter this time, but there is a statement that came out on February 7th. I know I'm a little behind in it, but, so many things were happening there for a while that I had to do the headline thing. Well, let's get down to it. In previous videos, I've shown you Johnson and Grassley were requesting documents from the State Department about Hunter Biden and Burisma. Well, here we go. There were some oversight leaks happening, and this is what they have to say. U.S. Senators Ron Johnson, chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, and Chuck Grassley, chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, issued the following statement after colleagues attempted to undermine legitimate oversight by selectively leaking information from investigations. And this is a link. If you take it, it takes you to a Yahoo article. Treasury Department sent information on Hunter Biden to expanding GOP Senate inquiry. Now, we knew they were asking about things, but, basically they leaked this information that this was going on and what was happening. And it's very interesting here. It says, for months while the impeachment controversy raged, powerful committee chairmen in the Republican-controlled Senate have been quietly but openly pursuing an inquiry into Hunter Biden's business affairs and Ukrainian officials' alleged interventions in the 2016 election, the same matters that President Trump and his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, unsuccessfully tried to coerce Ukraine's government to investigate. No, that's not really true because Ukraine's government was already investigating it. They just don't want to let go of that, do they? Anyway, so I'll leave this article because, yes, Grassley and Johnson have been working to get to the bottom of this. There is an investigation going on, and I already showed you, because if you stick with me, I show you the letters whenever I get a chance, and they issued letters asking for these items from the State Department, the Treasury, the Justice Department, the FBI, the National Archives, and the Secret Service. Yep, all of those different places. They were asking for information. So, yeah, then, of course, they did get some, and the Democrats were upset because they got them so fast. So anyway, we'll get to that in a minute, actually. But let me go on with the statement. Here's what they have to say. We have shared our ongoing investigation efforts with our Democrat ranking members as a courtesy and with the understanding that sensitive information would be treated appropriately and remain confidential. It is disappointing that one or more of our colleagues would actively seek to undermine our legitimate oversight by selectively leaking information to the press. Now, if you notice here, it says the ranking members. Okay, well, that would narrow it down to two people, right? You got the ranking member for the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee and the ranking member for the Senate Finance Committee. So it's only two people that it could possibly be. There's not a lot to choose from on that. Insofar as we requested as part of our investigation any sensitive law enforcement information regarding suspicious financial transactions, that request and any response received would be highly sensitive. Well, duh, yeah, wouldn't it be? I mean, that's what they asked for. And any selective leaks to publicize or confirm these actions is highly inappropriate, undermines our investigation, and risks the effectiveness of this important law enforcement tool. Should such sensitive information exist, it would only prove the need to further investigate any and all suspicious activity related to it. Accordingly, despite these inappropriate and selective leaks, we will continue undeterred. It's strange to us that any senator would complain about Congress receiving responses to oversight requests in a timely manner. As a general rule, most oversight requests do not involve material protected by executive privilege, so it can be more rapidly provided to Congress. See, this was the problem with the House. They were asking for things that were protected by executive privilege, and that's why they didn't get it, because they were trying to get things that were protected. But, oh no, they're making this sound like, oh, well, it's the same thing. Nope, totally different animals here. But they didn't want to see that. In fact, Democrats have recently received productions from Treasury pursuant to their oversight requests. If the administration were to claim privilege over requested material, as the Obama administration did in the Operation Fast and Furious investigation, members of Congress can use other tools at their disposal, including the courts, to compel cooperation. In the case of impeachment, the House chose not to do so. Our oversight work over the last several years should stand in stark contrast to the slapdash impeachment inquiry in the House. Ba-boom. Yep, he slapped them down. And the chairman previously requested meeting records from the State Department, National Archives, and Blue Star Strategies. We've talked about them. Karen Tramontano, a lobbying organization employed by Burisma Holdings, a Ukrainian energy company that employed Hunter Biden on its board while Joe Biden oversaw the Obama administration's Ukraine policy. Burisma was under investigation for corruption at the time. Grassley also previously raised concerns about the Obama administration's approval of the sale of a U.S. company to the Chinese government and an investment firm formed in part by Hunter Biden. And that particular one is here where he was raising that. That was back in August when he did that. So he was questioning even back then. I'm telling you folks, Chuck Grassley has been on the job. He's like this bloodhound. He is following the trail and he's not going to let anybody keep him from doing it. So he is working hard. And the thing is, the guy is so quiet about it. He's not making a bunch of stops in front of the media to try to blow his own horn. He's just there. He's got his nose to the grindstone. He's just keep on going. It's like the tortoise in the air, He's like the tortoise, he just keeps slowly moving closer to the goal. Doesn't let anything stop him. So I thought that was really interesting there. And I'll leave a link to this article down below. You can read the whole thing. But the Treasury Department has sent them information. And of course, that means that the ranking member, Wyden, he's the ranking member for the Senate Finance Committee. And so he requests State Department documents on Trump-era Ukraine activities. So see, he thinks he's getting back a little bit of a revenge here. Ooh, we're going to get Trump. If you're going to get Biden documents, we want Trump documents. So yeah, he's asking for that. So Wyden here, if you see what it says, he requested documents from the State Department on the full scope of the department's policy in Ukraine, including the firing of former Ukrainian prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, any effort to leverage trade negotiations with China to obtain dirt on Hunter Biden, and the activities of relevant individuals. Yet to obtain dirt, do you see what it says? Now remember, this is from his point of view. To obtain dirt. So again, they're keeping on with that same old conspiracy idea, They just don't want to admit the truth. Wyden's request is designed to ensure a complete and accurate record of the State Department's activities. Oh, no, it's not. It's designed to give them something that they can use for yet another impeachment charge against Trump. Ooh. It's just frustrating when you see them and they lie. Just tell the truth. While the State Department refused to comply with subpoenas issued for documents during the impeachment inquiry because they were privileged information and because they didn't ask for them properly, and there were like 3 or 4 different reasons why they didn't get what they were asking for because they didn't do it right. Republicans have indicated the department is poised to produce documents responsive to their inquiry into Ukraine and Hunter Biden. Yeah, because the Republicans are following the proper procedures. As the ranking Democratic member of the Senate Finance Committee, I am concerned that in the absence of additional information concerning similar activities during the Trump administration, I don't think so. I don't think the Trump administration was doing what happened during the Obama administration. I don't think they have been making things up to take down the Democratic opponent because there isn't one yet. We don't know who they are. So no, they're not working on that. And the whole stuff about Biden, remember, is from 2016. So anyway, then he says the department's production of information requested by the Senate committees could create an incomplete and biased record of the State Department's activities related to Ukraine. Yeah, right. And here's his letter with his little nose out of joint. Here, let me put it this way. It's a little easier to see. Okay, so this was February 11th, and he sends it to Pompeo, and it says, a November 6, 2019 letter from the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee and the Senate Finance Committee, as well as a November 21st, 2019 letter from the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, together the Senate committees, requested certain information about Hunter Biden, the son of former Vice President Joe Biden, several of his associates, and related companies, the Ukrainian energy firm Burisma, and a U.S. firm representing it, and U.S. government policies in Ukraine during the Obama administration. The staff for the chairman have represented that they expect a voluminous production of records from the State Department in the coming days. I think this is fun. That's pretty good news. How exciting things are going to be happening. And, you know, if you're listening very carefully, you're going to find out that many of the people being interviewed, especially on Fox News, they're starting to indicate things are in the works and things are happening behind the scenes. So, yeah, don't give up hope. Things are happening. As the ranking Democratic member of the Senate Finance Committee, I am concerned that in the absence of additional information concerning similar activities during the Trump administration, the department's production of information requested by the Senate committees would create an incomplete and biased record of the State Department's activities related to Ukraine. We already saw that. And yeah, of course, because he says similar activities during the Trump administration. Nope, didn't happen. Not similar, not at all. Accordingly, I request that any production to the Senate committees include additional records related to Ukraine activities and policy under both administrations. To that end, please provide the following information concurrently with any production to the Senate committees, including but not limited to any records generated after January 20th, 2017. And of course, all State Department records related to these people. Oh yeah. I'm not even going to try some of these names, folks. That one, don't want to do that. So anyway, Lev Parnas and Rudy Giuliani, Igor Fruman, Firtash, Manafort, Gates. Yeah, some names there, definitely. When the Ukrainian parliament voted overwhelmingly to remove Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, the decision was welcomed by the international community. Yes, because they were all involved in the money laundering. So they didn't want this guy doing what he was doing because he was starting to expose the corruption, and they couldn't have that. And the United States policy toward Shokin was, quote, widely understood internationally to be the right policy. Yeah, because everybody was trying to shut Shokin up. The guy was uncovering all of this corruption and everything, and they didn't like it. They wanted him silenced. So, yeah, of course, not under Trump, but under Obama. Furthermore, this policy had bipartisan support in Congress. Again, bipartisan doesn't mean much, really. It could just mean one person from the Republican Party. And that could have been John McCain, all right? So you can't count that. Please provide any records related to support by Congress and the international community for the removal of Shokin, including but not limited to any such documents related to the Congressional Ukraine Caucus, European Union, International Monetary Fund, or the World Bank. Because, again, all of these people were trying to shut Shokin up because he was about ready to expose all of them. And so they were all panicked. Speaking to reporters at the White House on October 3rd, 2019, President Trump told reporters, quote, China should start an investigation into the Bidens because what happened in China is just about as bad as what happened with Ukraine, referencing the unsubstantiated allegations. That's what they always do. Unsubstantiated. Right. Allegations of wrongdoing by Vice President and Hunter Biden in Ukraine. Several days later, Michael Pillsbury, an informal White House advisor on China, told the Financial Times that he had gotten, quote, quite a bit of background on Hunter Biden from the Chinese on a recent visit to Beijing. Please provide any State Department records relating to or referencing Hunter Biden's activities in China, including, in particular, any records generated as part of ongoing trade negotiations with China. So what they're trying to do is do the whole Ukraine thing over again with China, so they can impeach Trump on that too. Because they're sure that Trump had to have been holding something over China's head, to get any kind of dirt on Hunter Biden, because of course Hunter Biden walks on water and he does nothing ever wrong. The requests made in the Senate committee's original letter are not restricted by date, and a complete response, therefore, should include records created during the current administration. However, for the avoidance of doubt, I am specifically requesting any records relevant to the individuals and companies identified in the Senate committee's requests generated after January 20th, 2017. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. Yeah, Ron Wyden. Oh, my. Yeah, he had to do something, He was put in a position of power. I'm telling you, anybody who is a chairman of these Democrat committees, or ranking member in this case, they have been put in there for a reason. You don't just happen upon it because of your talent and skill. No. That's not how the Democrat Party works. They appoint them for reasons, and it usually has to do with who can do the best job attacking the Republicans, or keeping the Republican chairman in line, or is the person who has the most to lose. Yeah. Or has maybe been the person who has done the greatest job and is put in a position where they can make some backroom deals, and line their pockets. So, yeah, it's just, that's how they work. Anyway, I'll leave the links to all of these down below. I wanted you to see them. And I want to encourage you, because there are things happening behind the scenes. If you've not seen the Dan Bongino episode, and it'll be from today, which I'm recording this on Monday night. So if you haven't seen the Monday's episode of Dan Bongino, you really need to see it. And I'll put the link to it down below so you can get the link there. But here's a little clip from him. And it just kind of to give you some overview. If you're confused about why Andrew McCabe was not prosecuted, you might want to listen to his whole episode. But here's just a little clip to give you an idea of how it ties into what's going on with Mike Flynn.
So, let's get in Bill Barr's head. I can't read his mind, but I'm going to try. The case against McCabe is a loser. False statements is a weak charge. We don't have enough witnesses. Why are we bringing these cases? Let that go on Friday. Right around the same time. By the way, let's get a special counsel on the outside while everybody's distracted with the McCabe stuff, by the way. Let's get a special counsel to look into this Flynn thing. While we're on the topic of loser cases being brought to the DOJ for false statements like we just said about McCabe, let's look into this loser case. Mike Flynn, a case where you said the FBI, that he lied to the FBI, even though the FBI said in their own memos he didn't lie. Let's give a second little look-see at this case while you're all distracted with the McCabe stuff in my interview with ABC. Let's look into why you prosecuted a guy in a loser case who just conveniently objected to Obama's Iran deal while being targeted by Obama's intel operation. A guy who was outspoken that Al-Qaeda was not dead. GM's alive and Al-Qaeda's dead. Remember the Obama administration, their re-election campaign? Oh, Al-Qaeda wasn't dead. And Flynn was sounding the alarm. And third, Flynn was helping not only Republicans, but Democrats expose the swamp and the politics that had infested the DOJ intelligence community and elsewhere. Now you know why Bill Barr is looking into why Flynn was prosecuted on a loser case. And he's pointing an outside counsel to oversee what's going on here. because he knows what that outside counsel is going to find, which is massive FBI malfeasance, a conspiracy, a legitimate one, between McCabe, Comey, and upper echelon levels and members of the FBI to make sure Mike Flynn was permanently damaged, arrested, kicked out, or given the Hester Prynne treatment. That's why he was targeted.
And then I have a couple of other clips that I want to show you that indicate, yeah, people think that something big is about ready to happen. So here you go.
The president is, as you saw there and heard, he is very clearly passionate and committed to justice and finding out why the Justice Department has elements within it that are still acting as if they were reporting to Eric Holder.
That's exactly right. The faux outrage on the left is absolutely ridiculous. They hate this president. They cannot get over his accomplishments, and they're going to continue to hate on him for the next 5 years that he's president. However, when I've been around this town a long time, and when prosecutors go quiet like Durham, and you've heard nothing from him, it's time for those targets, the Clappers and Brennans and Comeys of the world, to get very nervous, because prosecutors get very quiet just before they end up lowering the boom. So we'll see who gets the last laugh, but this president's going to continue. And the attorney general, the attacks on this attorney general is ridiculous. Where was this outrage when Eric Holder was Barack Obama's wingman? Where was the outrage when Loretta Lynch was meeting on the tarmac with Bill Clinton? This is outrageous conduct by the left because they have nothing else to offer.
You and I both know why. First of all,
I think there's something, I think all that we've discussed, premeditated fraud, FISA court, dirty dossier, spying on a president, outsourcing of spying.
Right.
I feel there's something so big in play that I think the deep state knows it. Andrew Weissman kind of referred to it in his comments. Don't take heart in the McCabe thing, because this is much bigger than you ever will know. That's what I believe. It's going to shock the conscience of a nation in the end. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I think Crossfire Hurricane was a danger to democracy. I think it should never happen again. I think it was set up to destroy the Trump campaign, not protect it from Russian influence. I think Andrew Weissman needs to tell the country why it took 2 years to do the Mueller investigation when he should have figured out in the first week there was nothing there.
So yeah, I think some things are just about to happen, folks. I think we're on the verge of it. So hang in there. Keep the faith. It's gonna happen. So anyway, that's what I've got for you on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.